All right, LG, we back with another recap, going over Week 13 action. Starting with the scores, we only had three user games played, uh, out of six total, just the holiday schedule, um, and probably a lot of schedules conflicting. Nevertheless, we'll start off with NC State and North Carolina. Great bounce back spot for NC State after last week's loss. 270 for Weston Bryant and a touchdown, 78% completion rate, 17 carries from Marquise Davis, 70 yards and a touchdown. Very efficient. Also was able to score receiving with add on five receptions to that. LJ Johnson, six receptions, 112 yards. And defensively, it looked like he just was able to do enough to hold on to the lead and make sure that UNC had no shot in this. 377 yards for UNC. Channing Quincy, two touchdowns, 48 attempts. It looks like, yeah, he was fighting back the entire time. This was a really good transfer this offseason, or maybe the season prior. Gideon Klutz, really good running back. Um, Matt Banks, but not for 98. Yeah, a lot of receptions between a lot of different players. But and also adding on 12 tackles for Cam Pruitt is pretty nice linebacker. Um, but yeah, man, just not enough for NC State. He's locked into the bracket now. It's might be in the 5 to 7 range, depending on who loses this week when we take a look at those matchups. And also the other game, since one of them was pretty controversial, Texas A&M, Texas on the road, getting the win. I pretty much figured this would happen as well. This is the player of the week right here, Anthony Alonso, 315 yards, three touchdowns, 75% completion rate, amazing, 12 for 70, efficient in the run game, and also 200 yard receivers, and touchdowns to go around. Yeah, pretty good one for Texas. Pass rush in there, wasn't able to force any turnovers. That's why it was a pretty close game. Amazing game from Tristan McMillan. 321 and four touchdowns. If he would have got the win, he would have been a marquee player of the week, but it'll go to the other quarterback. Two touchdowns for Charles Miranda, a little freshman. And also Keati Armstrong with two touchdowns. So pretty good offense from Texas A&M as well. We'll just have to take a look at Texas defense going into the playoffs. And also the championship game, which we will get into right about now. Um, let's talk about it, man. So here are my predictions for the upcoming championship game. We have Texas versus Florida. Now, if I recall, they played earlier in the season. Um, Here, let's find it. Week 8 with a 4-point win from Florida. Um, Texas was home, so this may have just been a rough game due to that. But Florida just unable to really keep a consistent offense going. Um, Yeah, just no rushing yards from his best back. 10 carries, nothing, and just was forced to pass it a lot. It seems maybe that's what Texas is good at. Maybe the run defense, and also he is able to pass the ball pretty well. Although he turned it over 2 times, that may be the case for this game. If Florida can find a way to force more turnovers, it'll just be a runaway Florida win. But if Florida's making the game harder for himself, if Robo's making the game harder for himself, he's definitely going to be in for another nail biter. Um, my pick, I think spread is 5.5. I'm gonna go with Florida again. I think Texas can cover, but I'm gonna go Florida with the win. Within the next game, we have Miami Louisville. How do I feel about this game? I think Miami is gonna upset Louisville here, neutral site. Um, But more importantly, I think the roster buildup of Miami is, I think it's more catered towards being efficient with the ball offensively, keeping the run game going with Gerard Pringle, who is also a Heisman candidate. And yeah, offensively, he should just be able to take care of it, run it really efficiently, run it well, as he's been doing the entire year. And Snoop's team is just not. They're not. I don't think they're ready for this type of game. They might not have the. He might not have the cohesion at the moment with such a new team, a brand new team. Although he is one seed, I just don't really see it being. I don't really see it going his way this time around. He's probably going to have a tough time stopping the run. His linebackers are pretty slow. But if Snoop can find a way to play pesky defense as he's always done, historically, he will end up winning. Um, Getting into Utah Baylor, we have a Big 12 conference championship rematch. Unlike the other two conferences who have a bunch of new faces, this is one that pretty much takes place yearly now. Dave versus Chris. I believe Chris won the last one, but they've been splitting them since the beginning, the very beginning of the start of the cycle. So I'm not sure who I can go with in this one. It's just I think it's gonna be a very defensive game. Especially since I think that's what Chris excels in his defense. Dave as well. He's just had a tougher time in user games overall this very season. I think Utah can pull it out. That's just going on a limb. We kind of just have to wait and see what it looks like between them. And the last game we have Indy, Nebraska, me versus Burt again, Natty rematch, Big Ten championship rematch. Um, I'm gonna go with me again. I gotta be biased. I like me. I just think I have Bert's number at this point after his win against me a few years ago in the playoffs. I don't really see myself losing. I don't think he has the roster to keep up with this Indy squad. He did lose his quarterback in Dylan Raiola the past season. He's racking with Trey Owens, who has done an amazing job. 29-5, 73% pass completion, 2,900 yards. But he's gonna run the ball. We know that. And these past few games, I've kind of figured it out. So I'm not really too worried. I think I'll do what I can to make sure that this isn't an upset, and I'm pretty sure most people are gonna favor me as well. So yeah, man, we're gonna do what we can. Just bring another Big Ten championship home and look forward down the road. Maybe to a potential rematch. There's always a chance for that. I mean, we played. Let's double check. Me and Bert have played in playoff games two every year. So it's been every single year, I think. Oh no, the past 2 years we played playoff games. The past 2 years, um, and just recently last year I played him in the Big Ten championship. So yeah, man. Just always is always going to be a hell matchup when we play. But yes, I am very confident in getting a win. Let's take a look at the bracket. All right, man. What do we see? So 1 through 4 are obviously in the championship games. Um, I think we could see some movement, possibly from. It's tight. It's tight everywhere. Florida, Texas. Somebody's gonna move up. Somebody's gonna fall back. Utah and Baylor are probably playing for winning in. Because we have Koopy sitting at 12, who's likely gonna sneak in if they don't swap spots. Brad has pretty much solidified himself in. LSU is probably just gonna miss it. Tulane is getting the last spot. Bama missed it. Yeah, so I'm thinking just a lot of movement within the top playoff spots. Like I don't think anybody falls out. I think everybody more people more likely more people are going to shift spots. Like so nothing to be alarmed of. I'm confident that it's locked. I'm confident the playoffs are locked. So a loss to anybody isn't really going to change anything. Just who's getting the auto buy within these conference championship games. And then we are gonna look at teams who we should pay attention to for next year, just based off of how aggressive they're being in their recruiting classes and um what their season came out to. So we're gonna start off with number one. We have Tennessee, who's come over from Kansas State and wasn't really able to put together too many good classes. He is now ranked number 7 within this recruiting class. Bringing in 3 5 stars, that's pretty decent. A good total of 11 4 stars. Um, and yeah, man, a little disappointing season at the end for him. I think he lost. I can't. I think he lost maybe 2 of his last 3 games. I don't want to. You can't quote me on it. We're about to double check, but he lost a couple games down the stretch. It was 2 of his last 5 actually, but a little disappointing season for him. He just has to buff up the Tennessee squad. He had a good win against Georgia earlier in the year, and also a win against Oregon week 1. So he has the skill, but he just has to put together the team. The next team I want to take a look at to pay attention to for the next season will be Ohio. Excuse me, Ohio State. 3 5 stars, 12 4 stars. I also brought him the 3 star. Maybe it's a gem, but another one with a pretty disappointing season towards the end. I'm not sure who won between him and I would assume it would be him that lost, but yeah, just not a good ending to his season. He had a good start, and just after that, just too many losses to overcome. He took a sim loss to me and also a sim loss to Trav. So if he's in it, if he's playing, he's a team that can be hard to beat. Baylor beat Oregon. It'll also be AZ State, who could potentially be another team that you could have to pay attention for with a stronger portal. We're gonna go into Bama, Alabama. Another guy, man. Another guy with a you can see the common theme. Another guy with a bad end of the season. Two losses to the last 3. Just a tough SEC. When I called it, I was calling the week 11 games. I think it was week 11 when I was just saying there's too many SEC games to be played to call who's going to be in and who's going to be out. And this was one of the users I was pretty concerned with. Yeah, man, just not a good ending. But as always, Bama does a great job of doing his recruiting and bringing in good guys. We talk pretty constantly. Does a great job. He's at 11 right now. He has plenty of room to bring in great players coming from all different programs. And so yeah, man. Just my thoughts for this week. Championship week will be kicking off tonight. I'm not sure what games are scheduled and what's not, but we're gonna see what we can do, man. It's time to make another run.